Wednesday show, Wednesday show, Wednesday show, Wednesday show, Wednesday show. It's the 750th episode of Wednesday show. I was I was thinking, okay, so if you have been with us for a while, you may have remembered our 50th episode was a musical episode. Wait, no, the 100th episode was a musical episode. 200th episode was a musical episode. 300th was a musical episode. And then we stopped after that because it was getting exhausting because I literally had to write an entire musical that went along with different songs for Disney. And then it just all fell apart. But I was thinking about how it would be fun if it was like, I don't know, like 750 shows. That is all the time we've had. Everybody now here knows about the Disney. My bad. Uh, I don't know. I'm just making this up as I go along. So today is our 750th episode of the Wednesday show. Literally 750 episodes, which is an insane number. Absolutely insane. Like, it's mind-boggling to me that we've been here for 750. Like, isn't that crazy? Is that crazy just to me or to anyone else? Hey, Matt, how you doing? Hey, howdy, hey. I miss you too, Joe. Yeah, so let's get this party started. Tonight is going to be a shorter episode, mainly due to the fact that I am doing the Dopey Challenge starting tomorrow morning. Like, I'm literally waking up in 5 hours. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a shorter episode. We're going to be doing an Ask the Expert episode, but we're also going to just be talking about Disney episode because it's 750 episodes. So let's get to it. We're going to start the 750th episode of the Wednesday show in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 750th episode of the Wednesday show. Today is January 3rd, 2024. Happy New Year, everybody. And I'm your host, as always, as I have been for the last 750 weeks, Brent Dodge. Hello. Today, we're going to be going through and talking all about Disney with you guys, just like we have for the last 749 weeks before this. But we're going to be going to you guys and having it so you throw your questions out there on what you want to hear about anything and everything Disney. We can talk about the race weekend, which is coming up. I've got I knew someone was probably going to bring it up. So I brought my stuff next to me so that way I didn't have to run away to pick up everything. But yeah, we're going to be going through and doing a lot of Disney talk as we always have, but it's the 750th episode. So let's make a little special. I don't know how, but throw out some special questions and we will get this party started. But before we get to that, let's talk about our news for the week. First off, as always, tonight, thank you everyone who's been joining us for our Saturday in the Park. If you didn't already know, every single Saturday right here on my YouTube channel, we do a live broadcast from someplace found throughout the Walt Disney World Resort. You never know where we're going to be, but I promise you we will always be coming to you from Disney. Now, because of this weekend being the half marathon for the Dopey Challenge, there is a very high chance that, one, we will be later than what we usually are. It probably won't be at 1 o'clock. And two, there are a lot of times during these race weekends that I just spaz out and I forget what day of the week it is. So I will try my darndest to have it so we go live at some point during Saturday, but I truly apologize in advance if we forget. Now, going off of broadcasting live from the parks, if you think that's fun, well, just stick around here because on our 751st episode, aka 1 week from this very minute, we are not going to be broadcasting live from here. We're not going to be broadcasting live from Disney World, but we will be broadcasting live from Disneyland. So make sure you join us next week at 9:30, our usual time, Eastern time, but 6:30, whatever time zone that is. And we are going to be coming to you live from Disneyland for our 751st episode. And of course, as always, if you guys are not subscribed over on YouTube, make sure you go subscribe. Let's take a look at our subscriber count for the start of the day here. We are at 3,676 subscribers. So keep throwing your friends over, have it so they subscribe as well. Usually we will go into extra innings tonight. We will not be going into extra innings again. I have to wake up early. But we'll go into extra innings from possibly 10 to 10:30. But right now we're going to have a cutoff of 10 o'clock. So, but send your friends over. We might go a little bit extra innings, but I'm not positive. Okay, let's get this party started. Oh, and as always, tonight's episode is sponsored by our Patreon pals. Patreon pals. Bum 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 bum. That's that song. Edelweiss. Edelweiss. Okay, so let's get to it. As I said earlier, we are going to be doing an Ask the Expert segment, so you guys are going to be throwing out any questions about anything and everything Disney in celebration of our 750th episode. While you guys do that, let's just talk a little bit about this, because this is crazy. Like, the fact that we are in 750 episodes is absolutely crazy. And I want to just take a moment while you guys are throwing the questions out there to thank everyone out there. Because if it was not for you guys showing up every single week for the last 750 weeks, we wouldn't be doing this. Like, we literally, well, I might be sitting here like with one person and be like, hey, you want to talk about Disney with me? And they'd be like, yeah. that was terrible. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Is it a triple threat? It's not. Okay. So, oh, maybe it is. Maybe not. So triple threat. So if it was not for you guys to be out there and doing this, it's crazy, because this literally started 750 weeks ago. We've only missed 1 week ever. And that week was just mainly due to the fact that I was like really ill on Wednesday. So we just posted it to one time all. But it started off because of, as Matt just said, it started off with a book called From Screen to Theme, a book that is very near and dear to my heart. If it was not for this book, my life completely changed from this book. Actually, even crazier than that, 20 years ago this month, I did my Walt Disney World college program, which is insane that it's been 20 years. But if it was not for the college program, I probably never would have thought about this book. If it was never me thinking about this book, I never would have done this podcast. If it was not for me doing this podcast, I never would have gone to YouTube. If I didn't go to YouTube, I probably wouldn't have made another book. If I didn't do another book, then maybe I wouldn't have gone on to 365 consecutive days at Disney. If I didn't go 365 consecutive days at Disney, maybe eventually I wouldn't end up doing 2,117 attractions in a single year. And if it wasn't for me doing 2,117 attractions in a single year, we wouldn't be sitting here to this very day. So all of these different things have built up because of From Screen to Theme, because of my college program, and because of you guys out there. So before we continue, thank you. Like, literally, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Because if it was not for you guys, none of this would ever happen. So I truly, 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 truly appreciate every person out there who has taken a moment over the last 750 weeks to join us and have it so we come here and talk about Disney. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. All right, let's start going through your questions, because I see some questions out there already. God bless you. Thank you very much. I know some people who just came on and be like, oh, like, that's so nice. But I sneezed 3 times, so that's why it is. Where and what time to cheer you on tomorrow? Tomorrow is not the great day to cheer, because you can mainly only see the starting line and the finish line. If you want to cheer, however, you could be there before. You have to be there before 4:45 or 4:30 in the parking lot of Epcot, and you can either go right to the starting line or you can go right to the finish line. The better days to cheer, if I would to recommend a great time to cheer at any of the Run Disney races during this weekend, I think the best ones are Saturday and Sunday, which are the half marathon and the full marathon. So if you get to Epcot before, you have to be there before about 4:30 in the morning. If you get there before 4:30, you can take the monorail over to the Ticket and Transportation Center. You cannot park at the Ticket and Transportation Center, because if you park at the Ticket and Transportation Center, they'll kick you out, because we run through there. But you can park at Epcot, take a monorail to Ticket and Transportation Center, and then from Ticket and Transportation Center, go over to Magic Kingdom, and they let you go on to Main Street USA before the park actually opens, so you can be there cheering all the runners on. Honestly, I've never done it from a spectator point of view, but from a runner point of view, it is the greatest feeling in the world to be running down Main Street USA. I say it every time I'm doing it, but it is the greatest feeling running down Main Street USA and just seeing all these strangers cheering you on. It is such a great feeling. I highly, highly recommend doing it at some point if you've never done so yet, because, but if you want to cheer, you have to be at every single day. You have to park at Epcot before 4:30, and then from there, it depends on which days you're actually doing. Did you buy any Run Disney merchandise? I bought 2 things. This is why I put in next week, because I figured people were going to be asking these types of questions. I bought this shirt, which I'm not going to use until next week. It's a short sleeve shirt, but it is the Coast to Coast Race Challenge, because I will be doing the race this weekend here, and then next week I'm going out to Disneyland and doing the 5K, 10K, and half. And so it's going to be a Coast to Coast race medal. And usually they don't give you a shirt for doing Coast to Coast. So I decided I was going to buy the shirt, because usually you have to buy the shirt. And I figured if it's out there, it's going to probably sell out. So I figure I'm going to get it here beforehand and beat everyone else to the punch. In addition to that, I also got the Christmas ornament, which is the 2024 Marathon Weekend Christmas ornament. I collect a lot of these things, though. So those are the big ones. And then everything else that I got is my shirts and stuff for the race. And my body glide. Where'd my body glide go? Oh, is it? No, there it is. And body glide. It helps your body. So yeah, those are the 3 things I purchased today at the expo. Hello, Candace. See you next Saturday. Oh yeah. Is Frank running with you? Yeah. So Frank is going to be running with me along with his son and our friend Catherine. My friend Catherine and I actually met 20 years ago this month during the college program. So it's going to be, we were talking today. We're like, it's crazy that we've known each other for 20 years. And it's really cool that 20 years later, we're together and we're doing this amazing thing of running 48.6 miles this week. And then next week, she's doing the half marathon with me. So she's doing the 13.1 next week as well. So really, really cool that we are going to be all together. And then Frank also has some people from his running club that are going to be joining us as well. So overall, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm extremely excited. We spent the day today mainly going to the expo, and then we took the Skyliner over to Beach Club. We got our beaches and cream, which is a tradition. We always have to have our ice cream the night before the first race. So, yeah. We'll be cheering for you tomorrow. Yeah, Frank Fam. Frank Fam, I am going to be on the lookout. Send me in the morning, or if you know now, let me know what your kids are going to be wearing so I can kind of look out for them while I'm on the course, because I would love to see them, wave at them, get a picture with them. And hopefully this year it won't be too crowded when you guys cheer my name, so I can actually like try to find you guys in the crowd and like wave at you. Last time I was like, I think someone said go Brent, but I wasn't positive. And yeah, I will be wearing pretty much the exact same thing. I'll probably be wearing just the purple shirt underneath, and I'll be wearing my white Run Disney hat instead of this one here. I might be wearing this. It depends on how cold I am when I wake up tomorrow. So we shall see. Is Frank running with you at Disneyland? Yeah, so in Disneyland, it will be me, Frank, his son, and then our friend, my friend Catherine. She's going to be coming out for the half marathon as well. Did they get the newspapers yet? And how do I get some? Oh, new paper maps yet? Which paper maps? There's always new paper maps coming out. Paper maps come out. It's almost every month there's a new set that come out. Sometimes it's every other one, but most times it's every one. Dory shirts, Corral B. Perfect. Okay, I will be wearing probably this, and I'm in Corral A, but as you guys know, I will be stopping for literally every single character on the course. So your kids will most likely pass me up, especially if they're in Corral B. So when I am in the character lines, I will try to keep my eyes out for some Dory shirts running by and be like, yeah, Frank Fam. And hopefully I will get to see that. If your daughter can reenact the video of her swimming in the pool, because it's my favorite video ever, literally ever. It deserved an Oscar, and I think it was the best one. Oh, wait, keep throwing your questions into the comments about anything and everything Disney. We're talking about not just the Run Disney stuff, but we'll also be talking about anything and everything Disney. While you guys do that, let's take a look at the race shirts, because honestly, I have not even looked at any of them yet. We were just kind of going and going and going today. Okay, let's start off with the 5K. This is the 5K. So this is the 5K shirt for tomorrow. Oh, it's Pluto. Wait, I can't even see it. This is literally my first time looking at them. The Pluto with the 5K thing. It's very, very orange and yellowish, which are actually my two favorite colors. But it's kind of like I wish the background was a little bit different color, so it didn't all blend together. Still not bad. I'll take it. Okay, and then what's the 10K? Oh, here's the 10K. I'm really excited for this one. Chippendale, the 10K. That's a really cool shirt there. I really like that one. That's a good mixture of the orange and yellow compared to the other one. I really like that one. Okay, half marathon. Is this the half? This is the half. Half marathon, 13.1 miles with Donald and Daisy there. That's a really good combination of the blue and the yellow. I like my colors. This is the half marathon. My friend Catherine pointed out, she's like, the marathon coloring is very fall, and it is very fall. I agree with her. I still like the coloring, but I wish it was a little bit brighter of a color. Then, so if you do the half and the full, it's a Goofy challenge. So you get the Goofy challenge shirt and medal as well. So here's the Goofy challenge. That's a cool one. I really like that one. And then for doing all four, the 5K, 10K, half, and full, you complete the Dopey challenge. This is the only one that I have seen. I always try on one shirt when I'm there just to make sure that I don't need a smaller or a larger size. And that's a really cool shirt. That's a really, really, really cool shirt. Wow. Okay, I'm very excited. I cannot wait to go do all these races. It's one shirt, two shirts, three shirts, four shirts, 5 and 6. I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting any as we go through here. And then I don't have my bib. I was going to show you guys the bibs, but I have them already set so I don't forget them tomorrow, because that is my worst fear. And that actually happened one time where I forget a bib at home. And the 1 year, so it was actually the 2016. In 2016, I did the 5K, the 10K, and the half marathon. And when I did the 5K, 10K, and half marathon, there's no challenge involved because it's not a Goofy, it's not a Dopey. And so each race, you have a different individual bib. So I had a 5K, 10K, and half. And when I went to the park, I had the green bib with me. And I think in my mind, it was like, oh, green, because the green is always Pluto themed. Or maybe it was yellow. It was yellow. And I figured, oh, yellow, it's Pluto themed. It's going to be a yellow bib. Picked up the yellow bib. Went to the park, got to the park, started walking out, saw everyone else with green bibs, and I was like, oh no. And I looked down, and my bib was the 10K bib. So I turned around, I drove home. Luckily, I lived like 5 to 10 minutes away, depending on traffic. I got home, I grabbed the one bib, went back, and I then had the right bib. I made it to the race in time, thankfully. But then the funny thing is, when I grabbed the one bib to run back upstairs, I dropped it, and I didn't realize I dropped it until the following morning when I went to go do the other race, and I couldn't find the bib. And I was like, where's this bib? Where's this bib? Where's this bib? And I actually found it in the bushes outside my condo. And it was right where I had parked the day before. And I just got lucky by looking down at the right time and seeing that bib there. So crazy story, but overall, a lot of fun. Still finished. And that's all that matters. Did you get the Figment book? No, every time I've tried to find the Figment book, no luck. I cannot find the Figment book for the life of me. I'm trying to get one for myself. I'm also trying to get one for one of my really good friends who's obsessed with Figment. And no luck on Figment whatsoever. And it kind of kills me. I remember Brent cheered me on for the 5K in 2017. That was 2017. That was so long ago, man. I vividly remember. I remember you turning the corner. I can still see you turning the corner and going down the street and finish up that race. Very proud of you. That was really a great accomplishment. What do you think the Community Core building will look like when it opens later on this year? I'm thinking it's going to be similar to how Creations and Connections is. Creations and Connections. I feel like it's going to be a similar look inside, where it's kind of like that more modern feel to it. I don't think it's going to have any really cool detail. I think there will be a few cool details, but I think overall it's not going to be like a really cool detailed thing that you're going to kind of like look around and be like, oh, look at this detail, look at this detail. I feel like it's going to be one of those where I'm going to go in, I'm going to be like, oh, I like this building, but I wish there was more details. Because that's how I felt with Creations and Connections. Connections, not as much. Connections does have some really cool details. Creations, I wish there was a little bit more detail. Like, I like the detail that's in there, but I wish there was something a little bit more in there than what is in there. Okay, keep on throwing some questions out there as we continue here. What is our subscriber count up to right now? We are up to 3,676. Okay. Any other questions out there? It can be about the race. It can be about anything and everything Disney. That's what we've done for 750 weeks now. I am a little tired, so I do apologize. I'm kind of like, oh, because at this point in the night, I try to get into that mode of trying to get to sleep because I usually go to bed at like 4. So I ate a lot to kind of get me into like okay, I can start sleeping mode. But not yet. Not yet. I'm not sleeping yet. We probably have time for another 3, maybe 4 questions. So if anyone out there has any questions, throw them out there. Great shirts. Aren't those great shirts? I do like the shirts a lot. I think the Chippendale one might be my favorite, the 10K. How many times do I plan to ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway? So this year, I don't really have any plans on going on as many attractions as possible. I'm keeping track still of how many attractions I do, like I did last year. But I am not going to be like, it's not going to be like last year where I'm like, I need to go on this many attractions this year as much as possible. And, at Disneyland. At Disneyland, I'm only one time, mainly due to the fact that since it is going to be the same ride itself, I wanted to go on one time, mainly just to look at the queue. And that's about it. Like, I want to see the queue, but since it's the same exact ride, it's like Star Tours. When I go to Disneyland, I enjoy going on Star Tours, but for me, it's not a must because I can go to Star Tours literally any day of the week when I am at home. So because I can go to Star Tours as often as I want. Same thing with actually Rise of the Resistance and Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Last time when I was out there, I did not do either one. I walked through the land just because I wanted to walk through the land and see how similar it was and how, if there's any differences. And there were some differences, but not many. But I figured since it is the exact same thing that I can experience when I go home, I don't really spend too much time there. I mainly go on the rides that I cannot go while I'm here at Walt Disney World. So I'll go on things like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I'll go on like their Peter Pan's Flight because their Peter Pan's Flight's different than this Peter Pan's Flight. Same thing for things like Big Thunder Mountain Railroad or Space Mountain. Those types of attractions do have differences, and they have enough difference that for me, it's exciting to go on. But when it's like a duplicate attraction, I don't really need to go on it because it's like, oh, I can go on that literally tomorrow when I fly back to, I was going to say Wisconsin, but to Orlando. Has anything else disappeared from Dinoland yet? So the only things that have really disappeared from Dinoland is the bulletin board. And there is another thing, and I'm trying to think of what it was. There was another bulletin board in the Boneyard that has now disappeared. And luckily, both of them, I had enough things written down about both of them. So yeah, stuff is slowly disappearing, but we still don't have a date on when the entire land is going to disappear. So I'm kind of thinking that yes, we know the land's going to disappear at some point, but I feel like it's not going to be until after the D23 Expo because I feel like they're going to announce at the D23 Expo when the actual date is. So I feel like we have at least until August to experience the land. So I have enough time still to write this book. I just need to have a little bit more time to write this book, if that makes sense at all. Can we ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway on Saturday? Yes, we should. We should. Also, if anyone else that's out there in Disneyland next Saturday, we are going to do a little meetup. I haven't decided what time yet, but we'll be running the 10K in the morning, and then we'll be going to the park. Actually, I don't even know. Man, I might not have Disneyland now that I think about it. Let me pull up my reservations. Because each park, I can only make a specific reservation for, and I don't have a park hopper because I don't have the money for a park hopper right now. So let me make sure what my park reservations are. I feel like I might have California Adventure that day. And now, like, when I got there, California, I think that was the day that California Adventure was the only thing that was available. Wait, no, that's not what I want. I don't want Lightning Lane. Where's my plans? Future plans. There we go. So my future plans, yeah, I've got California Adventure on Saturday. So we will not be able to do it since I do not have a park hopper on that specific day. I will be going to California Adventure unless I can swap it, but I don't think I'll be able to swap it because right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 days at Disneyland and 3 days at California Adventure. Is what I ended up purchasing for my tickets. But yeah, I could not get the other thing right now, so that is all we have for now. Okay, any other questions out there? We'll take one more question before we wrap up here. Like I said, I do apologize. It's like it's. I wanted to do something special for our 750th episode, but it just happened to fall the night before the biggest race weekend of the year, and I really need to get my rest as well. So if anyone out there has any other questions, we will take at least one more question, maybe two, if we get another subscriber. Otherwise, we are going to wrap up in just a few minutes here. So send out another question. I would love to do at least one more question here before we wrap up tonight's episode. So does anyone out there have any questions about anything or everything Disney to conclude our 750th episode of the Wednesday show? It's the 750th. Have you cut your toenails? I have. Catherine is the friend that I mentioned earlier who, one, we have known each other for 20 years, and two, she is running the Dopey. First off, I want everyone out there to wish Catherine luck because this will be her first Dopey challenge and her first marathon ever. So everyone in the chat room, make sure you send her good luck messages too, because she's going to do awesome, but also, just wish her luck because it's a crazy, crazy, crazy thing that we are going to be accomplishing over the next few days. But yes, Catherine, I cut my toenails on Saturday. I cut them on Saturday. For those of you guys who don't know, it is very, very important to cut your toenails before you do a big race, because if you don't cut your toenails, you might have. So my first Avengers Half Marathon, which would have been in 2014, it was the first Avengers Half Marathon ever. And I remember it was like mile 10. My toenail felt like it was falling off, which is something that does happen with people. I've never had it happen before. But I was running, and all of a sudden I felt like not just my toenail fell off, but I felt like my toe fell off. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I wanted to go to the side of the road and take off my shoe and make sure everything was okay. But at the same time, I was terrified that possibly my toe actually had fallen off or my toenail fell off, which I think would have just grossed me out. And I don't know how I would put my sock back on after that. So I now make a point to write to my friends a few days before the race and say, make sure to cut your toenails within the next few days. And I wrote that to Catherine the other day. I think it was a day after I cut my toenails. Or maybe it was the day before. But I was like, make sure you cut your toenails. So I do that every time because of that. And I think that's actually the perfect way for us to wrap up our 750th episode of the Wednesday show, is talking about cutting toenails. Look at all these people. Good luck tomorrow. Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. See, Catherine got all the love. Okay, but we are going to be wrapping up this thing because Catherine and I need to get some sleep and go off and do 48.6 miles over the next 4 days, which is even crazier. It is 71 miles that Frank and I and his son, I know his son's not doing the 5K, so it's Frank and I are going to be doing 71 miles starting tomorrow all the way through next Sunday, which is kind of crazy as well. It's like literally 10 days of just a lot of running. It's like 7 miles a day on average, but we get 3 days or 4 days off in the middle of all of it. So, but yeah, we are going to wrap this up here. Thank you, everyone, for not just joining us this week, but thank you for joining us throughout all of the last 750 weeks here. I really do apologize that this was not a longer episode. I wish we could have had a little bit more time to celebrate, but at the same time, like I said, I do need to get as much sleep as possible before tomorrow's big race. So thank you guys for joining us once again tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. There will be brand new Run Disney race videos up every single day over the next 4 days. Please, 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 I cannot stress the pleases enough. Please, please, please make sure as soon as they're up, make sure you give them a like, give them a view, give them a comment. These videos usually do extremely well for me. They usually bring me a lot of new subscribers because I try my darndest to be the very first person with a new video up. So if you guys help me out, every like, every comment, and every view pushes it up in the algorithm so we can have it so we can become the biggest viewed videos when it comes to the 5K, 10K half and full this weekend. We will be trying to meet every single character throughout the entire thing during the half and full. If the half has it, so we can ride a ride, we're going to ride a ride, but they've only done that one time ever, and that was last year, so hopefully they're doing it 2 years in a row. But during the full, we will definitely be riding Expedition Everest and maybe a little bit more. So thank you guys so much for just joining us here on the Wednesday show. I cannot stress it enough. Disney Worlders, I apologize. You're saying greetings. We're literally wrapping up the thing here. So yeah, make sure tomorrow the 5K video should be going live around 7-ish, maybe 8 o'clock. We are going to be, like I said, we're going to be meeting as many characters as possible throughout the entire weekend, starting with before and after the race tomorrow. We will have the characters that are going to be at the starting line / finish line. And then during the race itself, there should be probably 4 or 5 characters out tomorrow. So we'll be meeting all those characters, doing 3.1 miles, and then I'll be coming here and uploading the video as soon as possible. So make sure you give it a like, give it a comment. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe as well, because, you know, every subscriber helps big time. So until next time, I hope everyone out there has an amazing night, and we will see you guys all a little later. And remember that anything can happen, including 750 straight weeks of talking about Disney right here, if you let it. Until next time, have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Bye-bye now. Goodbye now. Are they gone? Are they gone? Oh, good. My cheeks are just killing me. I just can't stand this kind of pressure.